That's terrible for some random guy to decide, like, he's going to sell, or he can decide whether to sell it or not to the military. That's his choice. So, but he can't decide where to deploy it. I was like, this is really. And so, largely because I worried about the impact of the Russians on him. I was worried. Lots of people are Chinese, they're Russians. It felt like there was some weird situations going on there. And so there was a piece in the Post, and someone said, we should pay him or something like that. And I said, we should absolutely pay him. And then there was a quote that said, Elon's going to Elon, which is like, it's not a negative or positive. It's true. Yeah. It's right. He is. He's a very personality-driven person. And I said, Elon's going to Elon. That's the truth. And I think that's all I wrote. It's the truth.
Yeah,
it's like, so I wasn't, and his brother actually responded and said, no good deed goes unpunished. I go, absolutely. Like giving Starlink was a really good deed, but you know, he got all messed up because of doing this. And his brother was very pleasant. Like, it was weird. And then he emailed me, which I never look at my emails. So it was like, oh, so I didn't look for weeks. And he wrote, you're an asshole. That was it.
Did you ever respond?
I was like, I wasn't insulting you here. I think he was who knows? It was 3 a.m. It was the same thing. He gets into a spin at whatever. He must have read it the way one of his enablers probably was trying to get an advantage. He didn't want people to. I don't know. I don't care. Like, you know, an alleged drug addict's problems are not my problem. Like, if they're gonna. So, and then he started doing things that were really heinous, and I was critical. Like the thing about Paul Pelosi when he got beaten. He said it was a gay love triangle. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, the damage you can do to people?
Disgusting.
It was disgusting. And then he kept going, you know, whether it was people with mental diseases or et cetera. It just kept going. And then he was sort of affiliating with white supremacists. And you're like, and then all this nonsense about free speech. And then he'd shut people down. And you'd be like, oh, you're just a fucking liar. Like, and then, so I was very critical. And then I became very critical, which he didn't like. I thought, why not? What the hell?
But that's a point of journalism and a free media, is it needs to be critical.
Right.
And I feel like they've tried to, there's been a lot of efforts to take away the credibility of media too, which fascinates me.
I think he's got a passel of problems that have nothing to do with anyone but himself. So, and you know, he's sort of the classic tale of, you know, Icarus or Howard Hughes or whatever. It's not going to end well.
And do you think that this is unique to tech in any way? Because, you know, you focus really on these tech entrepreneurs and stuff, but I think about men who have money in other spaces, like finance, like Warren Buffett is an incredible example of like someone who's wealthy, who's actually a good guy.
Well, he's a unicorn.
That's fair. He is a complete unicorn.